Hello everyone, this is JinJinx, one of the Monster Hunter math guys. So as you probably know, we have put out a lot of ATKT content on this channel. Most notably, our ATKT P1 guide is a good way to learn our particular method for farming ATKT extremely efficiently. However, that video did come out about 4 months ago, and there has been a lot of new information, a lot of new strategies and tactics developed since then. These have all been theorized, tested, and developed by a lot of the regulars in our Discord server. But other than some lighter content, like commentaries on R17 runs and such, we haven't really touched ATKT in a while. We've just been focusing a lot more on other content like our meta series, the Iceborne demo, Arch Tempered Kulve, etc. And so completely off their own initiative, some of the regulars on our Discord server put together this video covering all of the new information, strategies, and tactics for ATKT since we last covered it. This honestly kind of blows my mind because we did not ask for this, we did not expect this, they took it upon themselves to make this content so the community could have this information. Y'all are seriously the best, and all the channel credits and all of that will be at the end of the video as always, so without further ado, here's the video.
Hello there hunters, I'm HEIKA, and I'm one of the Mathlos regulars in the Discord. Ever since the last video, the Mathlos regulars and I have been creating new and efficient strategies to run P1 R17s as consistently as possible. We wanted to share as much information about ATKT that we know to you guys watching. While it is possible to clear P1 R17 with any weapon of your style, in this video we'll be discussing specific strategies and loadouts to help make your ATKT farming much more consistent, and getting that sweet P1 R17 completion. To begin with, let's go ahead and take a look at the pod flinches and KOs, the area transitions, as well as the hunter tools you should be bringing to ATKT. First and foremost, let's look at pod flinching. Kulve can be flinched by red pods, shown here. Before Kulve reaches Fury state in Area 4, her first 3 flinches only require 4 pods to proc. Due to this mechanic, it is important to plan ahead and prime pods accordingly in order to avoid wasting flinches before you reach Area 4. The easiest way to obtain pods is from the helm crabs scattered around Areas 1 and 2. To prime the pods, look for uninterruptible animations such as boulder drops, entering and exiting tunnels, digging, or even when Kulve is transitioning between areas. We do this to ensure that KT is always ready to be flinched, and we don't want to lose out on easy DPS opportunities in Area 4. Once the pods are primed, she can be flinched during any of her moves while she is on her hind legs, although there are a few exceptions, the biggest one being her Fury animation, another animation being her Lava Puke. This is mainly for Assassin Mantle, which we'll talk about later on in the video. Going back to the idea of pod priming during transitions, this can also be applied to priming CC, mount, and part breaks. The dividers for each area can be seen upon opening the map for the arena. Once Kulve starts walking to the next area, she is immune to any status triggers and part breaks. The rule applies until Kulve is considered to be in the next area, meaning that you can prime status, pods, part breaks, and mounts on her at this phase without worrying about accidentally sleeping or flinching her. However, once Kulve is considered to be in the subsequent area, the status application and part breaks are back to normal. Alright, let's talk about some hunter tools. To start off, it's recommended that you have 2 sets. One set for areas 1 through 3, and then another set specifically for area 4. In your areas 1 through 3 set, it is recommended that you have Temporal, Evasion, and Affinity Booster. Temporal will provide you your survivability, the Evasion Mantle and Affinity Boosters will provide extra damage. Do keep in mind that in quicker teams, Temporal and Booster will still be on cooldown by the time Kulve reaches Area 4. As such, it is important to organize an order in planting Affinity Boosters. In Area 4, there's a lot more play with which hunter tools you can use. There's the Glider, Evasion, Temporal, Assassin, and Impact Mantles, as well as the Affinity Booster. Evasion, Temporal, and Booster for the same previous reasons. Glider Mantle is recommended for quickly mounting after the Fury. Impact Mantle is primarily for CC, or if the CC needs help with the KO. Now, Assassin Mantle's unique mechanic with being able to knock down monsters while hidden can be used during KT's Lava Puke. By carrying smoke bombs, one has enough time to hide and perform an attack while KT is in the middle of her puke animation. Now let's take a look at each individual area. In Area 1, the clear conditions to deal approximately 15,000 damage to Kulve. However, we want to P1 R17, and for that we need 5 part breaks in Area 1. This means that the actual damage needed in Area 1 is a minimum of 16,000 damage. It is also important to note that breaking both chest pieces in Area 1 is also enough to mollify Kulve. You can use this to your advantage into breaking more parts faster in Area 1. Also, this can be used as a specific strategy to help mollify her again in Area 2 if needed. Now Kulve can spawn in one of two places, long spawn and short spawn. To begin with, we'll take a look at long spawn as it gives you the most leeway into prepping and breaking parts. Then we will discuss the differences in strategies for short spawn. At the very start of the quest, you can go ahead and pick up the rock pile right here to shoot at the helm crabs as you're swinging through to the bottom. From here you can switch out the dragon pods and shoot the other set of helm crabs, obtaining 7 dragon pods total. Since this area is the most lenient, it is also the area you'd want to prime pods and mount. The biggest challenge in this area is that Kulve will speed up after 10,000 damage. It is not advised to use cannons, as the use of which will likely prevent you from getting 3 part breaks needed before the tunnel. Afterwards, run towards Kulve and get 1 mount attack each. 3 mount attacks if one of your players was stupid enough to eat for Feline Rider. Upon landing, plant 2 Mega Barrel Bombs each slightly ahead of her, detonate them on her chest, and wait until the first rock drop. It is important for these 8 bombs to be dropped on her chest because this will cause her to mollify. After breaking 3 parts, wait at the exit of her respective tunnel and prepare to bomb either her horns or chest. If you are planning on bombing the head, please make sure not to break the coating off this early in the run. This is also a perfect time to restock on bombs off the supplies around the area. Once Kulve appears at the tunnel, 2 players should throw 2 dragon pods each on Kulve while the other player detonates the bombs, after which everyone should try to break 2 more parts to finish off the total of 5. When you do break 5 parts, an Admiral's message will pop up in the side of your screen.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, got right to
We have the message, which means we have enough.
After the tunnel phase, Kulve should start her transition. From here, you can overprime mount and pods if you haven't done so already. If this is already done, it is recommended that you switch to stones or dung pods to avoid accidentally pod flinching her in Area 2. It is also advised against breaking her horn plate and using any other rock drops in Area 1, as it can risk Kulve losing Mollify at the start of Area 2. If 5 parts haven't been broken before her transition, it's still possible to salvage the run by aiming for a tail break during her transition or getting an extra dig in Area 2. Now the primary difference with short spawn is going to be where you're going to prime the mount, as well as where you're going to be placing the bombs, located here. Speaking of Area 2, this area is very straightforward with 3 primary objectives. Break off the horn plate, chip her horns, and then break enough parts for Fury State. While Kulve is digging, look to plant mines about 1 roll ahead of her head when she starts the dig. This allows you to get extra damage on her chest. These mines may be repositioned slightly towards either side if you still need to break a specific arm piece. We recommend planting mines since returning to camp and restocking risks losing Mollify. Instead, we save bombs for horn chip and use mines for digs instead. Upon breaking her horn plate, she will flinch backwards and to her right. You can take advantage of the animation to get to her horns quicker if you position yourself accordingly to where she might land. The horn chip is attainable with 21 bombs, which comes down to about 5 bombs per player and a pinch of slicing ammo to finish it off. For part breaks, if the Admiral's message did not appear in Area 1, it'll appear at the 10th part break in subsequent areas. And now for Area 3. The goal is to have 5 active broken parts to trigger release and transition to Area 4. Ideally, KT should only have 1 part left with 1 HP. If there is more than 3 parts that need to be broken, then enter Area 3 with the part breaking set and break the last few parts during a rock drop. Do note that even if you haven't chipped her horns yet, her horn chip flinch will take priority over the rock trip. This means she will not have her down animation, thus she will go back into attacking any players nearby. If you break her 5th part while she's still downed, make sure to dip potato chip out of there, otherwise she will instant release while you guys are trying to restock and rearm for Area 4. As a final note, if you still missed out on pod primes and mounts, you can still do that here in Area 3 while she is down from the boulders. One person can be shooting pods at her while she's downed, or you can have the bow person dealing mount damage to her head while she's downed as well. Once KT is released and enters her transition phase, the CC bow can go ahead and prime sleep as she is burning through the wall to area 4. Do be careful that you do not shoot pods or sleep shots at her once her forearms are about to hit the ground. During this animation, CC can be procced, so she can fall asleep on the ramp. Finally, we move on to area 4. Since area 4 is on a 5-minute timer that starts once Kulve enters the area, your team should all be in their area 4 sets and loadouts before release. Upon entering area 4 with your team, the CC bow should initiate by going for the sleep. At this point, your team should decide to go for the R14 or 17 run depending on part breaks. You can double check this through your quest info page in the main menu. While the CC is going for sleep, confirm with your team that the pod and trip has been primed, as Kulve's sleep animation is the absolute last moment you can prime these if you have not done so by now. You will lose pod flinch if you fail to prime pods at this point. If all goes well, go for the double bomb combo on her horns once Kulve has fallen asleep, and move towards her tail. You lose 2 bombs from one player if they need to prime pods or mount, but it's better to have those secured than losing 2 bombs. When planting the second set of bombs, it's preferable to plant 1 bomb slightly farther out and detonate that with a small bomb instead. As KT is waking up from her sleep, every person should be able to dump 5 bombs onto her tail, allowing it for 1 HP left. Be mindful of her tail animation as some bombs might miss as it's swinging around. With that in mind, try to avoid planting bombs too close to the base of the tail as it will magnetize towards her legs. When placing the bombs, the first 2 should be detonated during her roar. The second 2 is based on her tail positioning during the animation. The last single bomb is once her tail lowers again. If all 20 bombs hit, then her tail will be left at 1 HP, allowing it to be broken with any attack. Breaking her tail will both flinch her and remove the lava from her Fury animation, which gives your bow mounter the perfect opportunity to get the mount. If you are the mounter, ensure that you are on her head before she charges into the second pillar to force a head flinch. If anyone has remaining bombs and they are not the mounter, they can place their remaining bombs after she flinches from the second pillar. This way you can have consistent mount drops every time. After she drops, it's a matter of executing the KO para KO combo on the CC and breaking her horns. For more information on mount and CC, I recommend checking out these videos from Sai and Naiwa's channels. Should the horns fail to break during the end of the CC chain, be prepared to freestyle the last bit of your damage. Though, for the benefit of the team, it is usually better to look for pod and assassin KOs.
Nice. Go.
Oh, nice.
For a second, I was
That
like,
was really good para timing, I think.
That was good, yeah.
KOing.
I tried to delay just a tad bit. Step down! Down! Down!
Oh shit! Oh. I got scared, so I ran away like a.
And then you got smacked by the lava?
Yep.
Understandable.
Didn't commit. Oh, dude.
Here's the thing. I know HEIKA CC and it's catchy attacks.
Understandable. Perfectly understandable.
Don't be that.
Alright, we sass mantle. Tony, can you
Yeah, I
bring
have
the
a
sass mantle?
mantle.
Want to bring this mantle?
Yes, please. Just in case.
I mean, you guys still got 5 kill.
We just used it up, and it failed.
Oh.
Oh,
I got it.
We used up the mantle now.
No, anyone mantle.
oh.
Yeah, we already used up our one. And then,
You could use it.
whoever has it.
I do not have it.
Okay, give me a second.
Oh, hey, I got it.
Nice. Alright, that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for JinJinx and Tuna for letting me on here. I think. It's okay for me to be here, right? I hope so. Anyways, I'll let them end the video for you. Okay, bye!
Thank you for that, HEIKA, and yes, it is very okay for you to be here. Again though, a huge thank you to the regulars of our Discord community for putting this together. We would never have even thought to have asked of this, so thank you so much again for taking the initiative to make sure the community knows this information. And an especially big thank you again to HEIKA for not only voice-overing this video, but also doing all of the editing work on it. He has a Twitch where he does stream, as well as a Twitter where he does take art commissions. Link in the top right and the description to all of those things. And also another huge shout out to HAXJESTER. He is another one of our regulars at the Discord server. He is the one who put the script together for this video, and he is a phenomenal ATKT solo speedrunner. Unfortunately, ATKT is still not soloable P1, but if you want to see what P2 skillful solos look like, be sure to check out his channel, link in the top right and the description. And another huge thank you to Tony, Dabby, and Aka who helped with the runs they used for footage in this video. And also a thank you to Xan and the rest over at Poogie Patrol. You may recall Poogie Patrol is the squad I did my original KT speedruns all the way back in the day before this channel was really a thing. Those at Poogie Patrol and the regulars of the Mathlos Nest are constantly pushing the envelope of ATKT strategies. In fact, Xan and those at Poogie Patrol recently got a new world record on ATKT Pursuit Level 1 of 7 minutes and 43 seconds. It is some of the cleanest and 900 IQ shit I've ever seen, so be sure to check it out. As always, link in the top right and the description to that run. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to check everyone I mentioned out, but also like the video and leave a comment letting us know if this helped you get a nice new juicy Kjarr weapon. And I know I'm a broken record at this point, but none of this would have happened without the regulars over at our Discord server, the Mathlos Nest, so be sure to check that out and come hang out if you like to chat ATKT or just chat in general. And we do have our Twitter, of course, where we post updates about videos as well as just things that interest us. And be sure to check out Tuna on Twitch because he does stream Monster Hunter World almost every single day, and he streams a lot of ATKT. Be sure to follow and subscribe to him on Twitch if you'd like to see what R17 ATKT P1s look like. And broken record again, but this video would not exist without our Discord server, and the Discord server would not exist without our channel, and our channel could not exist without our patrons. So, an especially big thank you to MC Persona, Foray, Yoshi Cho, David Sternberg, XCLK07, HEIKA, Milky Powder, David Zhu Sinclair, Warren Kios, Hensatsuken, Wedmanticore, Dr. Awesome Farts, Litha Bowley, Bram Orsel, Anti-Spartan, Lightweight, PB Livingston, Jordan Petit, Skylar Yang, Checkleman, Lupin, Mongus, Kumiko, Triple Agent, Alan O'Dom, Baguette, Zimv, Billy Barthol, Magister Obscura, Jamie, and every single one of you who supports us on Patreon. Seriously, I don't have words to express how much I love our community, and our community would not be a thing without our patrons. Your support inspires us to do what we do, make the videos that we make, and for our community to be the community it is. Thanks for keeping the lights on. But that's all we got for you guys. A huge thank you again to everyone in the community who helped make this happen. And as always, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to hear about any of the new stuff we have coming out when it comes out. Or, you know, don't. In fact, go subscribe to the people I mentioned earlier, links in the description and top right, because they really deserve it. Alright, that's all I got for you guys. Happy hunting, hunters. We'll see you on the next one. Bye!